Welcome to the Rick Helps Real Estate Show. And as you can tell by the title, probably not going to be a whole lot of real estate chit chat here today, although there are some things I want to quickly share with you. Yes, my cancer came back. I thought long and hard, do I really want to do a video about this? But many of you are aware that last year I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and I was imploring all of you men that are over 50, get your PSA checked. Establish that baseline. Mine was 3.8. Been that way for years. All of a sudden it went to 4.2, then 4.3. So they got in, they did an MRI. They go, yeah, you got a couple spots. We did a biopsy. Yep, Rick, it's cancerous. Couple small tumors. Now, that was caught early. They were able to get rid of them. I'll explain that in a minute. But during the investigation and the imaging where they were looking at the prostate, they picked up that I had a tumor on my kidney, renal cell carcinoma. Very common, believe it or not. Never would have seen it had we not been checking out the prostate. So at this point, the medical team said, well, we're going to put the prostate treatment, brush it off to the side because it's not that urgent. We're going to concentrate on the kidney. So in February, I had an operation. They went in and they cut out the kidney, and they cut out a wide margin around the kidney, took out about 20% of my kidney. I wasn't on here for a couple of weeks. A couple people filled in for me. I was just too worn out. And they said, it's all cancer free. We got it. There was no cancer in the margin going into the kidney, and they were correct. Did some subsequent follow-up imaging when I got back this summer. And guess what? The kidney went the other way, metastasized into my what's called peritoneum. I'm learning more terms than I ever care to know now. So it went the other way. A lot of tumors. The good news is there's a new treatment out now called infusion therapy. Immunotherapy, excuse me. It's an infusion, but it's called immunotherapy. What it does is it removes the barriers on the cancerous cells to allow your natural immune system to go in and attack those cells. Incredibly successful. Came out in about 2017. They've had modifications to it as late as 2020. They're still refining it, and it shows a lot of promise. Nobody has stamped an expiration date on my forehead. The good news for me is I don't have to have chemo. That's the good news. The bad news is I'm not having chemo because it doesn't work. So this is my path to get rid of this, or at the very least, at least manage it. Could be dealing with this for a while. The other funny thing is that they give me a pill too. I have to take every day. And the pill arrived yesterday in this packaging. Caution, hazardous drug. Observe safety precautions in handling administration, but swallow it every morning before breakfast. I'm surprised the guy delivered it wasn't wearing a hazmat suit. Came with all these the side effects and everything. I'm convinced I'm going to glow in the dark in about a week. So we shall see. So far, took one this morning. No big deal. What can I expect? I'm told I'll probably get tired. And I'm kind of tired now anyway, since that little battle's going on inside of me. It's not really affecting me. I will still be here doing this show. I don't anticipate missing anything, maybe moving something a day or two. But as you know, and some of you have worked with us, I've got a great referral team with amazing amount of experience, and we all work on this together. And so when you contact me and you want to see a house, if I'm not able to show it to you, I send you out with Jackie, Ruby, or Jessica. I suggest you kind of check with Pat, see if he can help you with loans or any other lender that you feel to work with. But we have a team and we work together. And so I anticipate staying right here. Now, the objective of this channel is not to push an agenda. To be real honest with you, I don't make a lot of money doing YouTube. Man, about $200 a month. There's some months I made a lot of money. Some months I hardly made a dime. That's just the way YouTube is. My objective is, since 2020, when they told us to stay home, flatten the curve, remember that? I thought, oh man, real estate's toast. Nothing. No jobs. Who's going to buy now? And of course, I didn't see money being dropped from helicopters, interest rates getting down below 3%. That's where we're at. Now we're rewinding. We're trying to come back from that. We've never been in a situation before. We don't know where it's headed. There are plenty of people out there, if you want to search, they're going to tell you it's the end of the world. Real estate's going to crash. Maybe. I don't see the numbers yet. I share with you what I'm seeing today and what I think it means, like maybe 13 weeks out. Because beyond that, who knows? The National Association of Realtors came out this week and they are projecting that nationally transactions will be up 14% this year. Not prices, don't get me wrong, because it's prices are dictated between the number of listings available and the number of closings that we have. Right now, they're kind of flat. They're close together. Prices actually went up last month in Phoenix. They're kind of flatlined, the two lines being together. Transactions also went up too. Take a look at this. They went up about 13%. Now, my analytical mind says, okay, great. That's true. I've seen it here. I've seen it in some things that I track. Maybe not as much, but why? Well, I look at the turquoise line bound below. That's last year. The other one's the year before. What made last year so low? The elections, November. You guys sat it out. You're done. I'm not going to go out there and shop for a house. I'm not going to list my house. I want to see what's going to go on. So to say that we're up 13% is true, but then you kind of have to dissect it and say, well, why are we up 13%? And I'll do a little of a deep dive of that tomorrow when I'm on live at 5 with Pat. Because I go in and I kind of look at price point. Was there one price point that was up higher than another? So that's what you can expect when you watch this channel. And many of you, I've talked to you and you've been following me for actually quite a few years. I've been doing this about 5 years. And so the other thing that I ask you to do too is go back later and read the comments, because I may have an opinion about something or I may interpret something a certain way. And I've got a very smart audience and they will go, well, Rick, here's again how I would look at it. And they'll correct me and they'll put in the numbers and they're very polite about it. And so you get a chance to look and go, okay, here's the numbers he's showing. Go back later and go, oh, I never thought of viewing that in that perspective. I didn't know that was, for example, this last week, I talked about portable mortgages and I talked about what kind of mortgages Canada had. Lo and behold, a mortgage loan officer from Canada came in and goes, well, here's how it works and here's how we do it here in Canada. And you are correct on this aspect, maybe not so correct here. We wouldn't know that if I didn't get the comments from a really, really smart audience. So, go back, take another look. You can see that as well. There are some people that make comments that make you wonder if they wear that aluminum foil hat when they're out in public. They're entertaining to read. I don't delete them. YouTube will delete some things if they think they're just a little bit edgy, out of control, or if there is some profanity, or if they use certain keywords. They will not show it. So I know I've had complaints. Rick, I made a comment. I didn't see it. Maybe YouTube didn't like it. I don't know. I have no control over that. So if you're civil, you can be mean. Just don't use a lot of profanity and it'll show up. And I'll leave it there because I'll leave it there for everybody else to see. And if you're nice, I'll put a big red heart next to it. As I mentioned the other day, I get a 2 thumbs down every video I make. Same 2 guys. I don't know who they are. They do. I laugh about it. YouTube doesn't care if I get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. They just want to see interaction. And you guys have been great about it. Now, if you have any questions, you send me an email. I answer every email I get. Or give me a phone call. I've had the pleasure of getting to talk to many of you. I will keep you up to speed on how things are going with the treatments. And I want to do that so that you can understand in case you know anybody else that's going through this and you can help them with that. Again, I want to remind you, men, if you're over 50, please go get your PSA checked. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here and boosting this channel and being loyal subscribers. And again, if you have any questions, shoot me an email at rick@rickhelps.com. Take care, everybody.